Welcome to the 2025 West Virginia Cryptid Draft.
Yes, today we are each picking 6 cryptids to make a dream team,
The ultimate spooky squad.
the ultimate spooky squad.
That's right. We are going to have a 6-round, 6-pick each, high energy draft where we are crafting the ultimate team, kind of like the Avengers,
Yeah.
but cryptid style. West Virginia cryptid style, by the way.
Yes.
And, basically we're going to determine which team best represents West Virginia Avenger style. So we're looking for a variety of skill sets, if you will.
Skill sets. Who is
We
sneakiest?
got who's the best tank? Who's the speed? Who can fly and scout for you? We got a little bit of telepathy. We've got
invisibility,
aliens, shape shifting, all sorts of stuff going on. All sorts of cryptid stuff. And this is West Virginia focused, and all of these have been spotted in West Virginia. Not all of them originate in West Virginia, but cryptids, they don't pay attention to state borderlines. Let's go through the rules and explain how it's going to work.
Okay.
All right, first we're going to flip a coin, a very important coin. This could determine who wins the whole thing.
Yes.
After we decide who goes first, we're doing kind of what they call the snake pattern. It's not a back and forth, the traditional pick 'em like you're used to in high school when you're picking a team. It's it's like the first, second, first kind of. You'll see. It's staggered. We wrote it down.
I get it.
We've got the official rules right here. We've got our official draft paper. We've got our official player cards, which if you're listening, you're not going to be able to see because we have expanded now to different podcast services. We're on Apple now. Apple, what else?
By popular demand.
Amazon,
actually.
Podcast Addict, Spotify.
Spotify.
You can watch it on Spotify though. And of course YouTube.
Yes.
And if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, you can see the player cards right now. So you might want to switch over if you're watching on a podcast.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to watch this.
You might want to watch this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll have the player cards and we will each make a selection each round, 6 rounds, and 6 picks, and that will determine our dream team. And let's just go ahead and flip a coin.
Okay, where is it?
Oh, that's a good question.
You brought it down.
I brought it
here.
down. Oh, there's the coin.
Under your notes.
And by the way, if you don't know what you're watching yet, this is Almost Heaven, Always Us. And I'm Corey.
I'm Kelsey.
All right, ladies get to choose. In the air, you will say heads or tails, and if that is face up, you win.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay. Heads.
Heads. Wow. The coveted number 1 spot.
I didn't want to be one,
wow.
actually.
Well, I have a feeling I know who's going to go first. But they don't know yet who's in the game, so we gotta introduce the players.
Yes, of course. Right. Let's see.
Let's introduce our players for tonight's game. All right. Let's get started right here where we are at.
Okay.
We are in Mon County. And if you are familiar with Mon County, you know about the Mon River, the Monongahela River. And do you know who's in the Monongahela River?
It has to be the Agua.
The Agua, right? Type water beast, spotted lurking in the rivers of West Virginia, stealthy, known to drag deer, and perhaps children underwater. Also available in nightmare form.
I picture it in nightmare form.
Started, I believe, as a Native American tale, and they had spotted and warned settlers, and but has been spotted up until the 1900s. I think it's been a while, but he's still out there. Who you got?
Okay, next we have something from the Monongahela forest. Type, forest brute. Can anyone guess what it is? It is Bigfoot. The OG classic cryptid. High stealth, low deodorant, which is weird because we have the Sasquatch deodorant. Is that what it's called? Sasquatch?
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch deodorant. Maybe they made that for him, in honor of him. He's been spotted everywhere, but still shy.
He's shy. Or he's just really good at hide and seek. Yeah.
I think he's definitely good at
Now, Bigfoot, that's one of those that everybody's going to claim.
Yes.
He's seen everywhere.
We've seen him in Wyoming. We've seen him in Canada. We've seen
everywhere
him in
yet
Alaska.
nowhere because he's good at hiding. But listen, if you're talking about cryptids, this is the OG. Bigfoot is the OG cryptid.
Most well-known.
The most well-known across the nation.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a little bit of a claim to him. And on that note, just real quick, I saw Thrifty Mountaineer has 3 new scents. Grafton Monster, Loch Ness Monster, and I'm blanking on the third one. But they have a whole lineup of cryptid themed soaps because we were talking
Very
about
cool.
smell, and Bigfoot is one of them. He's one
Yeah,
of them.
they're bars of soap.
Yes. All right. Next up, we have the Bat Boy. The Bat Boy, his origin is West Virginia caves. I believe it was the Lewisburg area. Supposedly, a child fell into a cave and was never seen again for 30 years. But eventually, he escaped. But he was no longer the child that they remembered.
Yeah.
He was the Bat Boy. He came up half terrestrial, subterranean. There we go.
Subterranean.
Type. He is subterranean all the way. Kid fell in a cave, escaped 30 years later, half subterranean, bites, screams, maybe sings. Famous tabloid cover model, and we'll get into that later.
Oh, yes.
He is a famous tabloid cover model.
But you would have heard that before. All right, now we have something from Fairmont, West Virginia. Type botanical weirdo. It could only be vegetable man. Plant-like creature, drains your blood, yet probably vegan. Vibes like a Whole Foods horror. His vibes are like a Whole Foods horror.
Wow.
So I have not heard much about this guy until today.
All right, maybe a dark horse. Maybe an under the radar
I
cryptid.
think extremely under
That
the
might
radar.
come in big today in the draft. We'll see. Well, I'll tell you what, the next one up, he has high stock in this draft.
Oh my gosh.
He's been everybody's pre-draft pick
Yeah.
leading up to tonight. Everybody's assuming he's going to be the first pick of the overall draft, but
And I
we'll
picked
find out. If you don't
first.
know who I'm talking about, and you're in West Virginia and you're a fan of cryptids, and you absolutely, you know who I'm talking about. Mothman, Point Pleasant. Listen to this guy. Demolishes a bridge, and this city still builds a statue of him. That's a boss move right there.
Loved.
Boss move.
And Thrifty Mountaineer puts him on a billboard all over the bridge in Morgantown.
Over the Mon River. What an insult to Agua. His home.
Well, Agua's like, I got under the water. Mothman says, I got you up
I got
here,
the skies.
boy. I got the skies.
Ooh, maybe a little preview of what's to come in the draft. Maybe some insight into what you're thinking for the draft, huh?
Forget I said anything.
Type aerial doom entity. Big wings, bigger warnings. May cause infrastructure collapse if left unguarded. But don't say he didn't warn you.
Okay, the origin of this one, if you are a true cryptids lover, you would know an origin from Flatwoods, alien terror, the Flatwoods Monster, Braxy herself. She floats, she glows, she's an alien, wears a prom dress, in a 50s prom dress, a handmade dress from the 50s, I would say, made of metal and slays, literally. And her dress, I guess, for the 50s, she's pretty slay.
Early predictions, I would think Flatwoods Monster is probably going to go pretty high. Go pretty early.
She's an
Go pretty early
icon.
in the draft, I would imagine.
She is.
Can't imagine she stays on the board long.
Yeah, our one daughter loves her. Has posters in her room, on her water bottle. She has stickers. As the kids say, she slays.
Next, this one may be a little controversial because we're calling it a West Virginia cryptid because it has been seen in West Virginia. But I believe this may be from Maryland originally. However, we have down here, since this is the West Virginia themed cryptid, the origin is the Eastern Panhandle. Maybe started in Maryland and said, you know what? I'd rather live in West Virginia. Hit the Eastern Panhandle. Type, Sky Serpent Supreme. Do you know who we're talking about?
Serpents.
A sky serpent. A dragon bird hybrid that silently carries away victims. Absolutely terrifying. Also a bit dramatic. A little bit of a drama queen.
Okay.
I'm talking the Snallygaster. If nothing else, got a good name, right?
A very good name.
But maybe not as good a name as what you've got next.
Okay. This one is also a little wild. Origin, Eastern Panhandle. Type Phantom Canine. The Snarly Yow. Now, before when I've heard this been talked about, I didn't see the character. I had only heard of the cryptid. And I thought people were saying Snarly Owl. But it's Snarly Yow. A doom dog, part ghost, part omen, part nightmare, glowing eyes. No barks will stare into your soul and ruin your day.
At least no
Sounds
barks.
like me to you.
So it's not annoying. It's not.
It's not annoying, but it's terrifying. But I still like him.
Perhaps kinfolk with the snallygaster,
Yeah.
both up there in the Eastern Panhandle.
I bet. Most of these are Native American folklore stories have been seen by Native Americans and passed on.
Now,
a lot of them.
These names have been fun to say, and this one is following that same theme right here.
Okay.
We've got the Wampus cat, the six-legged feline type spirit cat.
Oh, cute.
Origin we have down here is southern West Virginia. Although I believe cryptid purists would say it's more of a southern cryptid. True southern, national southern.
Oh, okay.
Like Tennessee. But for our purposes, I think we've seen him around Boone County and Logan County and some of those counties down there in southern West Virginia. Terrorizing southern West Virginia, the six-legged screamer. Part
Ew,
big
I hate
cat, part witch, part you don't want this smoke. Wampus cat, ready to get drafted.
Next we have the white thing, originating in Boone County. The type, shape-shifting horror. And I believe why it's so scary, it is ghostly, almost invisible, likes to stay hidden and silent. But when it's coming at you, it has like a terrifying shrieking scream. So
yeah,
that is that.
I read that it's the most confusing cryptid in West Virginia.
It's very confusing.
Because, well, we'll get into it later, but a lot of other cryptids will say also known as the white thing.
Yes.
Multiple other ones. So is it really just kind of the face of, I don't know what this is?
Or maybe it's just like a
white
ghost.
Polar bear in the woods.
Yeah.
I've read described as a dog, as a bear, as a lion.
Gorilla.
But if it's shapeshifting, maybe it's all of the above.
Yeah, so it's definitely its own thing.
Well, it's funny that you had the white thing, because guess who I have next on the board? The Sheepsquatch.
This one is terrifying.
The Sheepsquatch sometimes is also referred to as the white thing, and that makes him very aggravated. He wants everyone to know he is his own cryptid.
Yeah.
Also coming from Boone County, I believe they're kinfolk, cousins, white thing and Sheepsquatch.
Yeah.
However, very distinct, and here's why. First of all, Sheepsquatch is known for his chaos beast, always causing chaos where he goes, and also his horns. He's got these
like ram horns.
Awesome ram horns. That's a selling point. He wants drafted. He says, "Look at these horns. Does the white thing have horns? I don't think so. That's my cousin. That isn't me." Trying to go out on his own, get out of his cousin's shadow. He says, "My cousin's getting credit for everything. Everybody's saying, oh, that was the white thing. Anytime they seen a rock, and anytime they seen anything, it was the white thing. I'm not the white thing. I'm his cousin. I'm the Sheepsquatch. The woolly menace himself. The body of a bear. The fur of a sheep. The horns of a goat. Also, stinks like sulfur."
Demonic. Sulfur equals demonic.
And the last one, our last player.
Last one is another very popular cryptid, especially here in West Virginia, the Grafton Monster. So he's big and white, has red glowing eyes down here on his chest. He's all body, no brains, literally. And he's a great tank pick for blocking, no head, no chill, just pure nightmare fuel.
All right. And Grafton Monster, if you're looking for strength, again, we're talking bronze, not brains.
He's like huge.
No brains, but boy is jacked.
Yeah,
that boy is
up.
jacked. And he can tank for you. He can take some hits. He can take some abuse. He could probably lift multiple cars. Don't know how much he's got going for him in the intelligence.
It's like the Hulk.
He's pretty much West Virginia's Hulk. All right. Well, it's time to start round one of the draft. Welcome to round one. And our first pick of the night belongs to you, my lady.
Okay.
So now that you have been introduced to all 12 of our West Virginia cryptids, who do you think you're going to pick?
Man, I don't know. This is a hard one.
This is where it all could come down to, the first pick.
I know.
Because according to the rules, with our way we're picking, I get the next two picks.
I know.
So
that's
this is
what
very
sucks.
important that you get the right one.
'Cause
Now, I don't even want to say this because I don't want to sway, but we all know who the clear favorite was coming into the game, who all of the media was predicting would go first, leading up to this big draft event. All the national coverage, West Virginia coverage of this draft. We all know who they thought was going to go first. Or do we? I mean, there's a couple in there. You have the OG cryptid in there.
yeah.
Of course, I'm referring to Mothman. That's the West Virginia cryptid, but Bigfoot is kind of the national cryptid,
Yeah.
the OG. But there's some other good ones in there. There's a lot of good picks in there.
There are a lot of good
This
ones.
is a good class right here. Anyway, I'm done talking. It's you. But be prepared to defend your pick.
I am 100% prepared because I don't even need to speak for this guy. He just himself embodies everything that is like a first round draft pick to me, and that is Mothman.
Oh, I thought just maybe, Mothman was going to slip by. Is anyone surprised by that?
I gotta get him.
No one's surprised by that, right?
No,
That's
love
an obvious.
Mothman. Yeah, it's
If you
obvious.
didn't pick Mothman, I would be concerned.
Yeah, I have Mothman on my van.
Mothman's right there.
How much more committed can you be?
There's Mothman. We give away 3D printed Mothman. Yeah, I mean that was a no-brainer. That's a good pick. I agree with you. The man's got a statue in the city where he tore down the bridge, and they still love him.
Yeah.
Can he do no wrong?
Mm-mm.
That's a good pick. That's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
I'm glad I get 2 picks because
I know that friggin' sucks.
I'm going to need
You're
it
going
after
to take
that.
some really good ones right now.
So I am going to mark you down.
We're so official
For
here
Mothman.
on Always Us.
Now I got a tough one. In my head this whole time leading up to this event, I was going to win the coin toss and pick Mothman. Now my whole plan was kind of hinged on my winged buddy there. He's got the skies covered.
Well, do you
So
have
do
a
I
plan
go with
B?
do I go with a sky pick myself?
Mm,
Do I get
I
someone
don't know.
who
Do you remember who all I have?
I have the list here in front
Okay.
of me. I feel like number 2 is pretty clear too. I feel like
know.
there's a clear number 2 here.
Are you going that way?
I'll tell you what.
Choose it wisely.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Mothman, just in case someone doesn't know,
Okay.
before I make my pick. I'm trying to buy some extra time so I can make my selections.
Okay. I don't think I need to defend my pick, but just to let everyone know a little bit more about Mothman if you don't know. So he is the bridge breaker from Point Pleasant. His height, it varies. We've seen him tiny, we've seen him big. I doubt that he was tiny, but I like the tiny version of Mothman. His eyes are red, his wingspan allegedly over 10 feet. First spotted in 1966, Mothman is West Virginia's most iconic cryptid. Eyewitnesses described a tall winged figure with glowing red eyes stalking the skies around Point Pleasant. He has seen repeatedly in the months leading up to the tragic collapse of the bridge, the Silver Bridge, in 1967, leading many to believe he is the harbinger of doom. What is a harbinger?
I think it's like an omen, like a sign, like something you would see right before something bad
Okay,
happens.
he's the omen of doom. Not the cause, but the warning. He's silent, fast, and impossible to ignore. If you're drafting for psychological impact, eerie vibes, or local celebrity status, Mothman is your top tier first round pick.
Man, I hate to go on, but what an excellent first pick. I mean, he's got the celebrity, so he can go out there and he can speak for the team. He's got the psychological impact. When you see him, something's about to happen. He's got the eeriness. He's got the skies covered. That's an excellent pick. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. While I've had you reading that, I was buying time so I could make some selections. And I think I'm going to go with the most obvious number 2 selection you could go with.
Yeah.
Really, there's only one next best after Mothman when you're in West Virginia. And that's obviously the Braxton baddie herself, Braxy. Also known as the Flatwoods Monster. Height at over 10 foot tall. She's a tall girl.
She is.
Glowing eyes, a metal dress, and a spade-shaped head. Spotted in 1952. So I like to think that the dress she wears is of the time.
Yeah.
Like a 1950s dress. And a group of kids and adults encountered something terrifying on a hill in Flatwoods. What they described was not of this earth. A towering figure. I didn't realize she was so tall. With glowing eyes, mechanical movements, and a body that seemed armored or robotic, witnesses became physically ill after the encounter. She has
Oh.
the ability to make people sick just from being in the area. That's my girl. That's my girl right there. That's why I picked her.
That's
Your
why.
team going down because her presence alone makes people
Okay.
double over,
All right.
hold their guts, and vomit. Born into West Virginia legend, she's 1 part alien, 1 part ghost, and 100% unsettling. Perfect for magic and support role, psychological defense, and intergalactic flex, especially with that outfit. She got the fit.
Oh yeah, she fits.
She
She's
probably got
slaying.
the best fit of everybody in the draft.
100%.
100%. Float her in your lineup and watch the fear level rise. All right. Now for my second pick. Now we're going into round 2. Round 2. And in round 2, I get to pick first, according to our rules. And now it's getting a little tougher. I gotta admit, it's getting a little tougher. I think Mothman and Flatwoods Monster were obvious 1s and 2s. I think a lot of people saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
But from here on out, it gets a little bit trickier. I think it gets a little bit trickier.
Okay.
So who am I going to go with? I think there's one that's really calling me.
What?
The Woolly Menace himself. The Woolly Menace. I already hyped him up in the pregame, the pre-draft.
Yeah.
He's got that luxurious or luscious horns. Can you say luscious horns? Maybe?
I guess.
You say luscious hair, but he's got the luscious horns, right?
Okay.
He's that sheep with all that squash. He's the Sheepsquatch. That's who I'm taking for my second pick and the first pick of the second round. Sheepsquatch. And here's what we have to say about him. This is what we've researched and found out in our analysis. Boone County native himself. White fur, horns, glowing eyes, foul odor. Have to live with that.
Put some Dr. Squatch on him.
That could be too. We'll just wash them real good with the Thrifty Mountaineer soaps.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. Reported mainly in the 90s, the Sheepsquatch is a strange mix of ram, bear, and unwashed fury. Said to stink of sulfur and rot, he's seen charging through the woods and fields, occasionally toward people. Unlike Bigfoot, Sheepsquatch is not shy. He's aggressive, chaotic, and maybe demonic. You said that.
Yeah.
You're drafting this cryptid when you want unpredictable offense and weird Appalachian flair. High risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
I love that the word chaos follows him everywhere he goes. He's the chaotic one.
Yeah.
You never really know what he's going to do. I know it was a high risk pick because he's a little off his rocker, He just wants to headbutt sometimes.
He might not stay dedicated to your team.
With that chaos comes high reward.
Yeah. Well, the whole sulfur and demonic thing, and his horns, it reminds me of Black Phillip, which clearly.
But he's white. My Sheepsquatch is white here. The Woolly Menace himself, the king of chaos. I'm locking in. That's my pick.
Okay. Well, are you ready for mine?
Oh, you've got it already. Don't even need to think.
I have it. I've had this picked out since earlier.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've kind of been excited about something I don't think anybody was. The white thing. The white thing. Whenever I was learning about the white thing, it just sounded very interesting to me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Why?
So, his hometown is Boone, Kanawha, and Putnam counties, which are already down there. Wild stuff going on down there already. So, of course, he's fitting into that. So, his appearance, he changes. Sometimes he's ape-like, sometimes he's glowing like a lion, but he's always terrifying. Witnesses reported to be running on 2 legs or 4, vanishing into mist or glowing in the dark. No one knows what it wants. Maybe it's a spirit. Maybe it's a shapeshifter. Maybe it's lost. But everyone who's seen it agrees it leaves you frozen. That's one reason why. This is your stealth ghost pick, perfect for intimidation and area control.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, he's going to freeze you up. He's going to scare you. He's going to disappear. He's going to evaporate. And then he's going to come behind you and he's going to get you.
He's going to get you.
Silently.
All right. And we're allowed to debate a little bit here, so I'm gonna take a little shot at your white thing.
How dare you, for one.
I believe white thing probably doesn't even exist. He is clearly Sheepsquatch, and people just got him confused and said, "Oh, I saw a white flash. Must have been a white thing." That was my boy Sheepsquatch.
Oh, really? If it was Sheepsquatch, wouldn't they have said, "Oh, look at those humongous horns on that thing"? But they don't say anything. If his horns are so amazing and they stand out so much and they're iconic to him, why wouldn't you pick that up
You know
whenever you're
what?
seeing a white thing?
I think that it's really appropriate, actually, that you pick the white thing because, well, let's just call him Little Brother. Sheepsquatch's little brother, right?
I thought we were saying they were cousins.
He wants to be like his big cousin, right?
His big cousin smells like crap. The white thing smells good and is stealthy and intimidates and controls the area. He's not a disgusting, smell bad, demonic goat boy.
All right. So here's what
I don't want to hear.
here's why I think it's appropriate you pick Little Brother out of Boone County. Out of Boone County. You know who else is from Boone County? Tony Gibson, the coach of Marshall.
Tony Gibson is a great person.
Oh, I love Tony Gibson.
Thank
I
you.
love Tony Gibson. Everybody knows I do.
Thank you.
But he was trolling this last week, and he said that the WVU is afraid to play Marshall, and that's exactly what Little Brother would say. Okay, WVU here, and so it's appropriate that you go down in the southern part of the state, pretty close there to Cabell, pretty close there to Huntington, and pick Little Brother to represent Tony Gibson, Little Brother syndrome down there in Marshall.
Oh my gosh.
But just like
You're trying to
WVU
get
being
beat
12-0 against Marshall, Sheepsquatch 12-0 against Little Brother, the white thing. Hey, it's all in good fun. And
It's so funny.
And I like Marshall too, and I love Tony Gibson and wish him nothing but the best. But he was trolling. So
He's been trolling.
Fair is fair.
If that's new news.
Yeah, I mean, he did make a comment a while ago, but he said something else this last week as well. All right, where are we at? It's back to me.
Yes.
Right, we are in round 3.
Mm.
Round 3.
You go again?
And I'm first in round 3, but then you get the next 2.
Okay,
picks.
good.
Okay. So I got to go big here. This is my last big early pick. We still got a lot of great players left on the board. We got Snarly Yow, we've got Agua, Bigfoot, the OG is still on the board. Grafton Monster. We still got Wampus Cat, Bat Boy, Vegetable Man. But you know who I'm going to go with?
Who?
I think this is going to surprise people. I think he's going a little earlier than people expected. This may be a controversial one. They may say, you're nuts for picking him so high up on the draft. But I tell you what I need. Sometimes you have to draft for your need for your team, right? You have to draft someone who's going to fit a need that you have. And I have a need right now.
What is it?
You got Mothman up there terrorizing the sky.
Oh.
I need the Sky Serpent Supreme himself.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about?
Not who I thought.
Not who I thought or who you thought? I'm talking Snarlygaster.
Snarlygaster. I thought you were going to say the Agua.
And here's why. Snallygaster is also known as the Sky Demon from time to time.
Yeah.
Based in Maryland folklore, but creeps into the West Virginia skies.
And probably stays over here.
Flying reptile with wings, metal screech cry. The Snallygaster is feathered, scaled, screeching sky beast, said to snatch livestock and haunt Civil War battlefields.
Oh, that's not good for
Its
West Virginia.
origins are German-American folklore, but sightings stretch into West Virginia's eastern mountains. It's one of the few true flyers in the cryptid draft, terrifying from above, nearly impossible to catch, and comes with a serious, what the heck is that energy? Draft it for air dominance and arrow ambushes. You're not going to find a cryptid left on this list, or even on this list, period, who dominates the skies like Snallygaster. I've got the air on lock. That's my pick, Snallygaster.
All right, Snallygaster. Now
Now
ready?
you get 2 picks. Who are you going with?
First, I'm going to go with Snarly Yow, the Doom Dog.
Mm.
Now, he's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the Eastern Panhandle, especially along old roads, such as maybe Jordan Run Road, some dirt roads back in there where I'm from. He's a large black dog with glowing eyes, sometimes translucent. The Snarly Yow is a classic phantom hound. That's terrifying. Part folklore, part horror. Seen throughout history from colonial times to now, he appears out of nowhere on lonely roads. MGK. Often just standing in the way or following travelers. He doesn't bark. He doesn't growl. He just has a stare that chills your bones. He's thought to be an omen, a ghost, or a spiritual guard dog, which is what I want. Guarding me. Want a cryptid that messes with people's heads and vibes silently in the shadows? He's your stealth support pick with major curse energy. That's my boy.
All right, good pick.
The Doom Dog.
I'll be
Snarly
honest.
Owl.
I'll be honest with you. He was on my watch list. I had him on my watch list
Got you,
before
boy.
the draft started today. I had envisioned him joining my team. That's a good pick.
Yep.
All right, that completes the third round.
Okay.
We are we're at the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling pretty good about your pick so far.
Yeah.
Started
really
out
good.
strong. I feel like we both started out strong. We're about to enter the second half of the draft
Okay.
tonight.
We got some major
And
players.
we are going major players left.
Major players left.
We're going into round 4. We are in the beginning of round 4, and you get to lead us off.
I'm scared. I don't know why. All right, give me a second.
All right. Well, while you're thinking, I'm going to remind the viewers who all's left. We still have the OG cryptid himself, Bigfoot. I think that's the biggest shocker of the night. Everyone's wondering how Bigfoot's
Who's
still on
gonna
the
get
board.
Bigfoot?
And then right after Bigfoot, another shocker, Cryptid Monster. He's sitting there scratching. He would be sitting there scratching his head of how he's not got picked, but he doesn't have a head. And honestly, he's not that smart. So he's really not questioning it. But everyone else is. How's Cryptid Monster still not picked? Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
Who you got?
Well, I got a dog.
Yep.
I got a moth.
Okay. Maybe
I need a cat.
a cat, Wampus cat.
I need the Wampus cat, the screamer, from southern West Virginia and Appalachian regions. Appearance: a 6-legged big cat with glowing eyes and a banshee scream. Born from Cherokee and Appalachian legend, the Wampus cat is a terrifying feline spirit, sometimes said to be a cursed woman, other times a protector of the woods. She moves like a cat, screams like a nightmare, and claws like a beast. She's a cryptid you don't see coming until your lantern flickers out.
Ooh.
Choose her if you need agility, mysticism, and rage, all packed into one sleek fur ball.
Wow. Good pick.
I see her as a cute little kitten until I really need her, and I'm like, do
Then you
what
turn
I
her
say.
loose. Her and those 6 legs.
Get him with that banshee scream, because my
Alright.
dog is quiet. He's
That's
not barking
right.
and growling. She's going to be doing the screeching for
That's
me.
true. That's true. All right. Solid pick.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. I tell you, I've made up my mind, and I'm ready. I already dominate the skies. Snallygaster,
this
he's
is
got
going.
the skies on lock. My boy Sheepsquatch, he's ramming anything on land. Flatwoods Monster, she's kind of the brains of the operation. She sits back and watches it all. And when she needs to jump in, she does it. But you know what area we're lacking right now? We're about to get covered real good. If your cryptids dare get in the water, my boy, Agua, the Mon River turtle himself, is going to come and snatch them up. The waters are not safe. Do not swim in the Mon River or any river in West Virginia when my boy Agua's around.
You're
All right.
scaring me.
This aquatic terror few have ever seen, and few have lived to tell about it. Anyway, described as a massive turtle-like creature with a reptilian face, said to drag full-grown deer into the water silently. Those deer, they come over, little Bambis, and they're drinking at the water edge, you know, real cute. Just sitting there drinking, all of a sudden, nobody even knows what happened. Silent. Gone.
That makes me sad.
Barely a splash. And he's back. He's under the water. He's roaming around. Sightings go back to the 1700s. Slow on land, I'll give you that. And that's why he made it to the second half of the draft. But an apex predator in the water, kind of like a crocodile.
Yeah.
Draft the Agua if your team needs ambush tactics, brute strength, and underwater intimidation. Also useful for destroying river boats and picnic knobs. No river picnics around Agua.
Oh man, we have river picnics all the time.
At the Mon River. We better be careful.
I know. We'll just
one of these days when we're at our
maybe
river
he's
picnic.
using all of those ducks to bait our kids in, because our kids love hanging out with the daggone ducks.
That could be.
The ducks have been fighting recently.
The ducks are always
And
fighting.
it's really sad. They focus on one duck and they beat the crap out of him.
He is definitely
all of
not
them.
welcome.
Just go after
They're
him.
really mean to him.
Anyway, can I tell you why that's a lame choice?
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so all I have to do is say, hey, my A team, don't go near the water.
No, I hear you. That's fair. But it eliminates that option for you. You don't have a surprise water attack.
Mhm.
It's gone. The water's on lock. The sky's on lock. The land's on lock.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
All right, that was an exciting fourth round. That was exciting. My heart
Okay.
is just nearly beaten out of my chest.
Do I get to go next?
But it is your turn. Yes, it is your turn.
Okay.
And it comes with bad news, though.
Why?
There's good news and bad news. The good news is we're going into the fifth round. You get to pick first in the fifth round. But the bad news is this is your last pick.
Why?
Because you technically have one more pick, but it's the last pick. So you really just get the leftover. So this is your last true decision. So,
I already know.
all right, this is
Already
exciting.
know.
We're going into the fifth round. You get to go first, and you're making your last pick here.
Okay.
And who are you picking?
Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. The hide and seek champion. I don't even need an ambusher like your Agua, you say. Because I have the hide and seek champion who can ambush you at any time. Bigfoot.
The king of stealth.
The king of stealth. He likes to live anywhere that's wooded. And especially in the Mon Forest. He could be 6 foot, he could be 10 foot. He's built like a tree. While not exclusive to West Virginia, Bigfoot is a cryptid staple, and we've got our fair share of sightings deep in the West Virginia hollers and forests. Known for giant footprints, foul odor, which can be cured by the thrifty mountaineers' handmade soap, and of disappearing before you can snap a pic. That's why he's a really good pick here. Bigfoot's got stealth and survival down.
Man.
The survival part especially, because he's been around forever. He's been evading people for decades, maybe centuries. If you're looking for a tank who knows how to work solo missions, blend in, and still scare the daylights out of you, Bigfoot brings the experience and the legend. I mean, I got a freaking good team, man.
Some people would say that as a steal because a lot of people are probably shocked that he made it this far, honestly,
I know.
into the draft. He was projected
I couldn't let him
much
go any
higher.
further.
So you got a steal there. You got a high-valued player, and you got him
Could have had him.
cheap.
For cheap?
I'm essentially for cheap. You got him toward the end. Everyone thought he was going to go early. So I'm saying that's a good. I'm agreeing that's a good pick.
All right.
But
no,
in the purpose of defending my team versus your team, you say how often is he even going to show up?
Whenever I tell him
He's
to.
like, if he's your Avengers team, he's Thor, but he's in space somewhere when you need him. You know? Because he's out in Oregon, he's out in California, he's everywhere. He's anywhere, but probably not where you need him. And how often do you find him when you need him, honestly? You never find him at all. They say he's playing hide and seek, he's probably taking a nap or a vacation.
I imagine I have a signal, some type of signal, like the Avengers, like Nick Fury, like, hey guys, I need you.
Like Anchorman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of my team will know.
Yeah. I like
including him.
All right. We're approaching the end of round 5.
Yeah, you get these.
And I know who I'm picking. I know who I'm picking.
Well, I know
another player who everyone thought was going to go way sooner that slipped under the radar. Cryptid Monster.
Oh my.
I mean, this guy, he may be probably the third most popular, I would say, in West Virginia cryptids. Yeah. Right behind Mothman and Flatwoods Monster, and somehow still on the board.
It's just not appealing to me.
And I'm taking him, and here's why. Okay? Because we're talking brute strength. I don't think there's anybody on this list that beats Cryptid Monster when it comes to brute strength. He is all muscle. His entire body is muscle.
Yeah. He literally is just like
say, yeah, it's hard to argue. If we're talking Avengers, he's our Hulk. He's our Hulk.
He is.
Here's what we got. Grafton, West Virginia, obviously. 7 and 9 feet tall, wide and thick, head debatable. In the 60s.
Debatable.
Reports came out of Grafton describing a large headless creature with smooth, pale skin and a hulking body. The Grafton Monster doesn't say a word. He just appears and disappears in the woods like a ghostly linebacker. Some believe he's an escaped experiment. Others say he's a mutant from the mines. Either way, this is your brute force pick, a wall of muscle with mystery and intimidation on his side.
Ugh.
All right. I can't believe it's already this time, but we are entering the final round, the 6th and final round of our draft pick in the 2025 Cryptid West Virginia
Can
picks.
I pick between the last two?
You cannot, because if we follow the schedule we set before we flip the coin, the person who goes first also goes last. And by the way, I think I already mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. I ran these picks before we even knew who was who, before we flipped a coin, and I averaged the numbers together, and they were exactly the same as far as the scale of picking.
Okay.
So it was fair picks. I mean, and you got Mothman first. Everybody, it's a big one.
Freaking good team. I like my team. I am very satisfied.
All right. So, which means I have 2 choices left. Obviously, I'm going to get one. You're going to get the other. That's how it works. We're down to 2.
Yeah. And who is our 2? Vegetable
our 2
Man.
are left. Vegetable Man and Bat Boy.
Bat Boy.
And honestly, as we're entering the 6th round, I haven't made up my mind. I'm on the fence. I'm still deciding right now. I'm thinking.
I made up my mind.
Now,
Doesn't matter.
I could get a man, you know, a man that knows what's going on, or I can get a little boy.
Did you
pops
look
out
over
of the cave.
them?
You know, I did my research.
You did? Okay.
As I should do before I come into something like this. But it's a tough one. I gotta be honest with you, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I almost wish that you had this pick.
Do you? I wish I did because it's
okay.
easy for me.
I'll tell you what.
Do you want to leaf?
I'd be willing to make a deal.
What's your deal? No.
If you're willing to,
I'm not trading.
Somebody,
I'm not trading anybody.
or if you're willing to make a trade, one of your already picked players to
No.
one of my picked players.
No.
You could pick the final 2.
I did not want any of the people that you had. I am 100% like I got all that I wanted.
I'm really happy with mine too, to be honest. But
Yeah,
all right. Here we go. This could decide it then. We've got our 5 core players. This is our bench player for when somebody gets tired.
Yeah.
Or maybe the person who comes out to hype them up, you know, the mascot.
Yeah,
you know, you can do it type of person.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna, man, this is the toughest pick of the night. This is the toughest pick because you get the other one.
Matter.
Oh, it matters. It matters big. I'm going. I can go either way. Where's that coin? I might flip a coin.
Oh my god.
Where's that coin at? Do we have that coin still?
It's got to be right here.
No coin?
I don't think you dropped it.
All right.
There it is. There it is.
Okay, all right. That's how I'm going to
gosh.
settle it.
Okay.
I've got Vegetable Man heads, Bat Boy tails.
Okay.
Vegetable Man.
Dang it. That's what I was going to say.
All right, here's the deal. I know a second ago I said I was undecided. But truly, Vegetable Man was the choice.
Was it?
Tall, thin, green skin, glowing eyes, suction cup fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Near Fairmont, West Virginia, so he's pretty close to here.
Mm-hmm.
This plant-like humanoid cryptid was reportedly seen by a man in 1968, and it commuted telepathically. Drained blood through finger tubes, and left the witness feeling calm and curious rather than scared. So yeah, a vampire celery stick from outer space. He's weird, off-putting, and no one really knows his true intentions. Draft the Vegetable Man if you want alien vibes, confusion tactics, or a horror villain with vegan undertones. So this is why he's going to fit in.
Blood yet vegan?
This is why he'll fit.
Sounds like Twilight.
This is why he'll fit. Yeah, he's a vampire, basically. A vampire celery stick. Here's why he'll fit in good with my team. He brings something that really no one else brings in this whole lineup. This is his true strength, confusion. He leaves people confused.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you've got a team put together, and they've really got a good plan. And they're a good team. You've got a good team. Yeah. I'll give you that. But they come across us, and Vegetable Man leaves them all confused. They forget their plan. They don't know what's going on. They're all confused. They've lost the tactics. Meanwhile, again, I've got the skies patrolled. I've got the water locked down. I've got Cryptid Monster and Sheepsquatch. Those 2 guys together, I mean, that's a lineup right there. That's a wall you're not getting through. All right? And then you got Braxy sitting back there controlling the whole thing. She's the puppet master. She's the brains of the operation. Vegetable Man, honestly, the leafy lurker, we like to call him. We didn't necessarily want him, but we're glad he's here.
Okay.
Everybody on the other team's confused. They're walking up and they're just confused. So we got it. But why don't you explain how Bat Boy fits in well with your team?
I am very disappointed. I think Bat Boy sucks.
This is no way to welcome a player onto your team.
I'm sorry, Bat Boy. Like, if you want to be on a team, like, you can be on our freaking team because we have no choice and you don't either, but we don't want you.
Wow.
He's freaking psychotic, for one thing. He's literally going to screw us. Like, I was like, I have such a good team. Mothman, freaking the Doom Dog, Banshee Cat. I was like, this is freaking good. And then I'm stuck with this freaking moron. Okay, let's just hear about him. Okay, so he's the tabloid terror, which you can talk about later because you have some knowledge behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, he is a humanoid bat child, oversized ears, sharp teeth, already an attractive guy. Batboy may have been born in a tabloid, but he's become a pop culture icon, said to have escaped a secret lab in West Virginia caves. He's feral, fast, and maybe a little too smart. He bites, he climbs, he shrieks like a toddler on espresso. So right there, you're like, I'm freaking amazing. He's unpredictable, awesome, awkward, great, and perfect for the wild slot card. Wild card slot. Yeah, exactly. He's a freaking wild card. The kind of player who could either win you the game or bite your own team. So the freaking worst.
He's kind of like a kid.
Yeah.
Like it's like
he reminds me of Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys.
We've talked about we've mentioned before, like if there was a zombie apocalypse, like how we would not survive it because we have kids.
That's
and there's just
him.
no way to survive it. So now imagine this: you're going out to war. Like you've got your Avengers cryptid team. You're going out to war here, and you have to take your kid. Basically, it's like. And not just any kid, it's your crazy kid
And
that's
you're
on
holding
espresso.
him and they're probably biting your own arm
He's biting
off.
you. He's on espresso. He's like psychotic. He's biting everybody. Everybody's just like, can he not be here, please?
Yeah.
Maybe your own team takes him out early. A true
Honestly,
handicap. I think this is
do.
the difference maker. I mean, you're saying it.
I agree.
I think your team just got sank.
No, I'm gonna keep my main players healthy. And I'm going to feed him good before. We're going to work out good before. We're going to bench this guy. We're going to chain him up to the bench. And we're going to say, just freaking sit here.
Oh, the tabloid terror, I wanted to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I saw him on the tabloid live when it happened in I think it was 1996.
Mm-hmm.
The tabloid came out. He was on Weekly World News.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad had it. He bought that. He liked tabloids back then. And I was really gullible when I was like 6. Probably still am.
Oh, you thought it was real?
Oh, I definitely thought it was real. He was on the cover and it said Batboy found in West Virginia. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I can't believe they found this kid. Can't believe he was down in a cave for 30 years and lived. I was amazed. But I truly remember that tabloid. I remember seeing the cover. Have you seen the cover? It's terrifying.
It is very scary.
So.
And you might say he shrieks just like your Wampus cat. No, that's more like a banshee.
Different.
This is terrifying. It's there to scare you. This freaking idiot is here to like annoy you.
Yeah.
Like, let go of me.
There's a certain shriek like a lion would do that almost paralyzes you in fear. Like it's a roar. And you're like, but his shriek is more like, oh man, could someone get this kid? Like, yeah. Like your kid's screaming, lady, do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like when you tell a kid that they can't get a toy, like at the checkout, and they're just, no, let me do it. Let me get it.
This is an interesting strategy you have here, devaluing your own team like this.
It's not my own team. I love my team, and then I'm stuck with this loser.
I thought you would at least try to put a positive spin on it.
If there is anyone out there who has a positive view of the Bat Boy, please, God, leave it in the comments so I can feel good about this last player on my team. Because I was doing great until and I thought you were going to take Bat Boy. I really felt that. And I think you would have. I think you would have if you didn't flip this coin.
I was on the fence.
And then I was like, man, the leafy lurker, I am built.
The only reason that I had him even competing with Vegetable Man, I thought Vegetable Man was a better pick.
Yeah.
But I had that little, what do they call that? Like a nostalgia from him being on the tabloid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the only thing. That had me kind of, but I didn't read his thing. I didn't do the right research. If I would have read when you read that out loud, I was like, oh man, I got lucky. I got the right pick because he's terrible. He's terrible in every way.
We could call Vegetable Man like Edward Cullen because Bella's like, oh, you don't eat meat, and he's like, we're vegetarian. She's like, but you drink blood from people. I mean, blood from animals. And this guy, he's vegetarian, but he also drinks blood, but from people. So how is he vegetarian and he's drinking blood? Someone explain.
I don't know. I don't get him.
Someone explain.
It's like he came and drained some blood with his fingers, but in exchange, he left the guy feeling like curious and calm.
Oh, because he's like weed. He's weed. He's giving them THC in their blood.
Yeah.
He's taking it. He's putting in like weed in their blood. I don't smoke weed, so I don't know how it works. But he puts it back in them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, man, this is cool.
So yeah, I don't know that he's necessarily a bad guy. He
I don't
wants
think
your
he's
blood,
a bad guy,
but
actually.
but
He
he's-
makes you confused because you're freaking high. So he's going to get my team high
Yeah.
and confuse them?
Let's
Well,
see
they're
how
just going to be
effective
feeling
they'll
good
be.
for a
Yeah,
while.
well, they'll be running into each other and everything. All right, here's how we're going to end it, okay? So we've made our collection. That's it.
Okay.
The draft portion is over.
All right, should we recap
This
who all we
is
have?
what we're going to do. We're going to recap one at a time. Ladies first.
Mhm.
I want you to tell all 6 of who you have what makes them a good team and why people at home should vote for your team to win in the comments.
Okay. Now, let me see this.
It's kind of like Survivor, like
So
Final
I can
Tribal.
tell them in order. How do you have them? Oh, okay.
I just wrote your name on them.
So, okay, first, number 1, obviously the best choice, the most desired player, Mothman, number 1.
Yeah. I want you to explain why they work well together, what strengths they bring, what skill sets they bring. So I don't want you to just rehash, because we've talked about each player individually pretty extensively.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we all get that. I want to know why they work well together, why your team is a good team.
Okay. Mothman, I envision him to be like a captain. He's famous. He has a good stage presence. He captivates an audience. People love him. So that he's very confident in himself because of that.
Yeah, he's got the celebrity factor going for him.
Yes. And then the white thing, I like him because he can stay invisible. I feel like he would be devoted to Mothman's instruction. He you just can't see him coming. You can't see him coming. And then we got the Wampus Cat, which you can see her, but I feel like she can, like the white thing is like roaming around and he's kind of maybe instructing Wampus Cat and the Doom Dog to do the Snarly Owl to like do his work. He's like behind the scenes and he's like, okay, this area needs control over here. You all go
who's
over
saying that?
here. The white thing.
Oh, so he's like a field general.
He's like a
So
field
Mothman
general.
is like the big boss.
Yes.
But he sends out
Because you need
White
second in
Thing
command.
as the field.
White Thing is second in command. I feel that the Snarly Owl and the Wampus Cat are doing a lot of the field work, you know? And then Bigfoot is just like someone that you're like, go do this. So I feel like he's very sneaky. He's a hide and seek champ, but I feel like he's not like super smart. I feel like he's more brawn than he is like maybe brain, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
So I think he's more like what maybe your Grafton monster is going to be. Like he's like our heavy lifter. He's like our tank. So he's going to be doing a lot of that. He's not going to do psychological mind games. He's going to be doing like heavy lifting.
Right.
And then who do I got last?
Bat Boy.
Bad Boy. Don't even want to mention.
What does he do?
If I would let him go, he would destroy our plans. He would.
You're supposed to be selling your team right now. Like why they're better.
Why he's good. Okay, if he just happens to be working for us, he will just go around and he will be freaking slashing like Achilles tendons. He'll be biting people. He will be like climbing trees, jumping down on your people, ripping out their hair. I'm just praying that he would do that.
Like the Wild Thornberry kid.
Yes, Donnie.
Yeah.
Or like Stitch.
Yeah.
You know, you want to like him, but you just can't.
Yeah, I
I
get
mean,
that.
you know.
All right. Now.
I'm sorry, that might have seemed all over the place. I have it all in my head.
Yeah. Now I want you to kind of envision my lineup and tell me why yours is better. Like, so if they were to clash, why would your team win?
Okay. Let's see. Who would you say that your leader
Or do you
is?
want me to go give my pitch first?
Yes,
like
please,
you just said? Okay.
please. That would be easier for me.
So my person in charge is obviously Flatwoods Monster.
Yes.
I feel like she's really intelligent. I just get that feeling. I think she has a UFO. They saw a UFO. So I feel like she's kind of sits back and kind of monitors like aliens do, are known to do. She's got some monitors. She kind of knows what's going on. She's sitting back watching and she instructs. So she's the one in charge. Okay. Grafton Monster and Sheepsquatch, they are going to be working side by side. That's her muscle. Okay, that's her muscle. These are both big jack dudes. Grafton Monster, I mean, he's the Hulk, and then Sheepsquatch, he's got those horns. I love those horns. He's going to ram you, and if he don't ram you, Grafton Monster's going to tear you in half. They're the muscle. They've got it on lock. Okay, she's sending them through. They got it. Agua you don't even know where he's at. No one ever
Well,
does.
we know where he's at.
So he's basically
He's in
got
the water.
all the water on lockdown. So there's nobody's coming up any waterway and sneaking us. That's out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
The land's on lock with the two brutes. Okay, in the skies, we got in the sky Snallygaster. Snallygaster is basically a dragon. You know, so think about any old tale.
Can he go on land?
Who?
Snallygaster.
Snallygaster
air
is
only.
Oh no, he can land.
Oh, okay.
He's basically a dragon.
Okay.
But think about any classic night tale. Any
Mhm.
classic night tale where they have to go save the princess. There's always a dragon,
Yeah.
right? And it's propped up in world history, world fiction as the ultimate boss monster, basically, in every
Okay.
story. You know, you're not getting past the dragon. Like, to get anything good, you have to get past the dragon. So he's the dragon. He's got the skies locked down. There's nobody's coming in air without Snallygaster noticing and taking care of it. Okay, nobody's coming on water. Nobody's coming on land. And then last but not least, we got Vegetable Man. And really, Vegetable Man, he kind of stays back, just like in real life. He's not one that's really well known and has a lot of appearances. He is very sporadic, and that's how we like to keep him here too. He's almost a secret weapon. You know about him, obviously, so he's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't see the battlefield a lot unless he's needed. And then we turn him loose, and what does he bring? Chaos. He's kind of like Mantis on Avengers. You know how she made
Yeah.
Thanos fall asleep?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of him. You're all in this big, huge fight. Here he comes, and everybody's like, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Like, everybody calm down. I don't really know what's going on. I'm confused.
Does he really cause chaos?
And then, no, it's not chaos. It's
I thought you said he caused chaos.
Well, I'm sorry if I said that.
Yeah.
He creates calmness
Okay.
and confusion, I said. So they're kind of like, I feel good, but I'm calm, but I also don't know what's going on. And they're just chilling. And, Grafted Monster and Sheepsquatch just come and tear them up while they're sleeping. So here, I'll go first. I'll tell you why they beat your team. Okay, here's the deal. Mothman, I love him to death. Love him to death. He's great. He's probably going to stay back. But if he happens to fly around, and I hate to say this because I love Mothman. Snallygaster going to get him. He's going to get him. All right. Who else? Let's see. Who else you got? Bigfoot. I ain't worried about Bigfoot. He ain't even showing up. Bigfoot's in Oregon.
He is.
You call it
for
for him,
me.
Bigfoot, and somebody's like, "Where is he?" And he's like, "That's what we're always asking. And we never know where he's at. Is he playing hide and seek? Like, we can't find you. You won. Come out and help us now."
You're such a freaking jerk.
So
he will be there for me.
So I'm not really worried about him.
He will be there
Snarly
for me.
Yow and Wampus Cat. So you got your pets, your pet dog and your pet cat coming out, your kitty cat and your puppy dog. Here they come. I mean, they're really not a threat for my brutes. They got that. Bat Boy, we'll give him a good spanking and put him on timeout. We'll paint his hind end
I
red.
don't think you can put him in timeout. He's
White
freaking
Thing.
crazy.
Sheepsquatch takes that personal. He says, "We cousins, and you little brother." Tony Gibson, Marshall, you little brother. Rich Rod W running the show. So there you go. You can tell me why your team wins.
Okay. Well, for one thing, Mothman is too daggone smart for any of you chumps. And one of the reasons why I picked the White Thing, Wampus Cat, and Snarly Yow is they can be spirits. They can be invisible. They can go anywhere. So you can't, even if you went to grab them, they could, where we go? Because they all say that they can be invisible. They can turn into spirits. So what are you going to, so where'd you go? Oh, I don't know. They're a spirit. They can be wherever I want them to be. And all I have to do is just not go in the water. Bing, bang, boom. My
Bing,
Snarly
bang,
Yow
boom.
and my Wampus Cat will turn into spirits, get behind yours and choke your alls out. Bite you. Shriek in your ear so loud that you'll literally go deaf and insane from like a ringing in your ear permanently. Bat Boy. Maybe he'll really come through for me. And he'll freaking
You just really
tear you
don't
all
like
up.
him, do you? Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm typing in who got what into a AI simulator, and I have no idea. I'm going to let it pick. And I'm not just going to say pick a battle. I'm going to say simulate 1,000 battles and who wins the most. Because in real life, there would probably be some times.
Do something good for once.
All right.
Instead of sending us all of those weird animal videos.
Simulate a battle between the two teams 1,000 times. How many does each team win? Calculating. The moment of truth. It says here Corey's team won 952 out of 1,000, and Kelsey's team won 48 times. Looks like Corey's team is an absolute unit. Those heavy hitters, like Flatwoods, Graft, and Sheepsquatch, brought the heat. I'm gonna say explain explain a sample battle for us to see how it goes. This is AI. It may not count. But my team a unit. 952,000. I hate to say it, but I think we have a winner here. I think we have a winner.
What does it say? Wife's team.
All right, round one. Also, he's looking at it.
Sky.
He's taken into he has the same thinking that I was thinking. Round one, aerial clash. Mothman takes off to scout, but he gets intercepted by Snallygaster mid-flight. I knew it. The two collide in a chaotic dogfight over the hills. Mothman dodges talons and manages to injure the Snally briefly, but a surprise tentacle slap sends him crashing through the trees. Score one for Corey's air game. Round two, the wild ones. Batboy launches himself screaming into Vegetable Man.
What do you know?
Who tries to calm him with telepathy. That makes sense. Batboy bites instead. Chaos ensues. White thing appears from the fog, flanking, but Flatwoods Monster levitates in, glowing like a nuclear flashlight. White thing retreats into the mist. Flatwood Monster emits a pulse that causes Batboy to throw up and hide behind Bigfoot.
So who won that?
I don't know. I think
Batboy.
I think y'all retreated, it sounds like.
Oh, gosh.
Round three, ground and pound. Bigfoot stomps into the fray, trading brutal punches with Grafted Monster. I could see that. A pure Kaiju battle? Is that like the Godzilla type battles?
No.
Bark flying, trees breaking, pure testosterone. Yeah. Toxic masculinity.
Smells like a bullfight in here.
Smells like a bullfight just happened. Meanwhile, Sheepsquatch charges into Wampus Cat, but gets shredded by those extra legs before body slamming her like a rabid linebacker.
She has 6 legs.
But he body slams her like a rabid linebacker. Both fall, but heavily damaged. Final phase, strategy or mayhem. Snarly Owl appears next to Agua, trying to sneak an attack, but it's near water, and Agua drags him under in one swift ambush. Meanwhile, Flatwoods Monster floats up. She'd barely been involved at this point, surveying the carnage, still untouched completely, with Mothman grounded, Batboy crying, Bigfoot barely holding on. The rest of Corey's team closes in. A final psychic pulse from Vegetable Man stuns Bigfoot. Grafted Monster finishes it with a body check that knocks a tree over into him. Winner. Corey's team. MVP, Flatwoods Monster, neutralized half the enemy team with just his aura and floaty menace. Honorable mention, Snallygaster, best in the air because he took out Mothman early. That was the key.
I don't even get an award.
Taking out Mothman early. Most unhinged, you won. Batboy. And there you have it. That's it.
Well.
All right.
I'm still proud of my team.
If you disagree with how it turned, I think there'll be some people out there that just love Mothman as much as we do, that it'll sway them. And they'll say, well, just because she has Mothman, she gets it. But if you're really talking strategy and skill sets, I think my team's got it.
This, if anything, has made me want to look more into the Snarly Owl and Wampus Cat.
That was really fun. I'm glad you were a good sport.
I'm always
and right, it does make us want to look more into some of these. Now, which one you said, Snarly Owl and Wampus Cat? You really took a liking to them. I could tell.
Really.
You really took a liking to them. And I really could tell you took a disliking to Batboy. Yeah, that was evidently clear. Now, it's going to be a running joke now from now on. I'm going to get you some Batboy stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Does anyone have a copy of that? My dad might.
Tabloid. I bet he does.
He probably threw it away, but maybe.
I see him
he's had a
nothing
lot
away.
over the years. He'd have to. Can't imagine it's still there.
You should ask him.
But we want the Batboy.
We want it.
I want it just to give it to you as a joke.
Put it right up here.
Put it right up there. Yeah. And I think learning about the white thing was cool and Sheepsquatch. I didn't really know a whole lot about them prior to this, so it was pretty cool to get to know them a little bit. We love our OGs, Mothman and Flatwoods Monster. We know them really well. But Agua is pretty cool, especially around here because we're really close to the Mon River. So
now I'm going to be scared. Let's not tell our kids about that because they will never
tell them about
feed the ducks. Well, not feed the ducks. You're not supposed to feed the ducks in this river.
We definitely don't feed the ducks.
We literally don't feed the ducks anymore. But we see a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
And our kids are like, do you see what they're doing?
Yeah. And Thrifty Mountaineer has basically all of these cryptids as soaps. And I even told them, I said, I hope Agua smells better than the Mon River. And it in fact does, because we went there and I smelled all of them. Yes. And we got Flatwoods Monster because it smelled really, really good. So if you live in Morgantown, go check out
Oh my gosh, we mention them
Flatwoods
every
Monster.
single time.
Thrifty Mountaineer.
Yeah, can you tell
Yeah.
how much we like them?
It's a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the draft? I hope you enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I think it was fun. It's a shame we have to wait a whole year to do it again in 2026. But
I mean, maybe some new cryptids will come around.
hey, maybe.
My team's probably not going to change.
Oh, you're going to stick with them even though the simulations show them being badly defeated. You're going to
If
stick
I
with
could
it.
get the leafy lurker instead of the psychotic toddler, maybe that would change
It could have changed everything, really. You may be right. You had a lot of disdain for Bad Boy, but you may be right. What if he was the difference maker in the whole game?
I think he is.
He threw off every
You
simulation
can't
with
have
his
an unhinged
his
player.
unhingedness. And not only that, but they almost treat him like a toddler. Like he cried and went to Bigfoot. So Bigfoot's like,
Oh,
I gotta help you. I'm trying to fight. You
yeah,
know?
he's like, get the heck
It's a
off
huge
of
handicap.
me.
But like I said before, we've talked about it. Like Zombie Apocalypse, we said we'd have no chance with our kids. It's a huge handicap. It really is. Bat Boy might have been the one that sunk your team, honestly. Might have been. That was the con with going first. You got Mothman, but you had to take Bat Boy with him. Good game.
Good game. For real.
If you guys enjoyed that show, this episode, we had a lot of fun. I think
Mhm.
we really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys enjoyed it and you love West Virginia and you love cryptids or you just love West Virginia in general, West Virginia stories, or just us goofing around or us interviewing, sometimes we're serious. Sometimes we have serious interviews
Mhm.
with people where we take ourselves serious.
And we have some fun solos like this.
That's right. But if you love any of that stuff, you love West Virginia, go tell your friends to check us out. We would really appreciate if you would share on social media. If you would like, if you're watching on YouTube or whatever podcast, if you give it a like, review it. Spotify has reviews,
Mm-hmm.
so you can give us 5-star review on that and comment. We like getting engagement. We like getting comments and stuff. Lets us know that people are having fun with us. We're having fun, and we like to know if you guys are having fun too. We think that's pretty cool. So comment, tell us who you would have picked. Tell us who your picks would have been and what your team would look like. If you disagree with the results, tell us, let us know. If we missed any cryptid that you're like, why didn't you guys put them on the list at all to begin with? Let us know. Anything else? I think that's it.
Yeah, but wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
We're doing a Kelsey's pick for the week. Last week it was, you don't know about this, but I'm doing it for the girls who watch.
Like a bonus?
I'm doing it for, this is a part of the video.
Okay.
This is for the girls who watched.
I don't know what we're doing.
Last week it was my Lisa Frank cup.
Okay.
And remember, I showed you what I got yesterday. I was so proud.
Yeah.
It's this Wrangler purse.
Ooh.
This Wrangler purse came perfectly wrapped, and I don't know what it is about. I think it's the I want to be a cowgirl, and I told Cora, I was like, I want to be a cowgirl, and this is like my first step.
Very
This is
cool.
my Wrangler purse, and I'm going to do a close-up of it too. I just love it so much. Okay.
Nice.
But it's so cute. Don't you love it?
I do. It's really nice.
That's my Kelsey's pick for the week. And I stand by it.
Very cool. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.